Justin Lucas Savage at Backcountry Treks. I'm out here with Christine. We're riding a pass here in Colorado. We're actually riding one that's going to be on a paved road, doesn't even have a sign. It's called Twin Creek Pass, and we thought we'd make it more interesting, so we're sort of taking the long way around. But I want to talk to you about what I'm wearing here for hydration. This is a pack by GEIGERRIG. It's the Rig 700, and I want to talk about a couple of the really key features. I'll put some more written stuff here in the blog posts, and you'll see it YouTube and Vimeo and all those places down below in the notes. But I wanted to show you sort of how it fits and how it looks riding a bike, especially on these big adventure bikes like the BMW F800 GS. Anytime like you're out riding like this, you know, you can pack stuff away in a pannier, but you want to be able to get to it, whether you're just stopping or you fall off your bike. You don't want to have to pull out your keys, and I got the keys in the back of one of these right now, and dig around, root for your water, because you want to make sure that you're really hydrated. We're up riding around 9,000 feet, which is relatively low in Colorado, but so you want to stay really hydrated, and you don't want to have to make getting water any harder than it has to be. So putting it right here, even when I'm riding down the road, I can just stick this right underneath the helmet and get it right into my mouth. Arai helmets are just real easy to do that. We've got two Arai helmets, and both of them you can just stick the end of the hose right in there. So a couple of things that I want to talk about on this pack. You've probably noticed this thing right here. This is an air pump. In fact, it's pressurized right now, and I just let all of the air out. And what that does is when you do this, I'm gonna hit it. I'm probably 3/4 full back there in the bladder, and I'm gonna pressurize it. The pack's actually expanding right now, which does a couple of things that I think are really fun and interesting and actually useful. When I first saw this, I thought, well, kind of a gimmicky thing to have on there. It's like pumping up your shoes, right? You remember that from a couple decades ago? They do make you jump higher. So with that thinking in mind, I wanted to try this out. A couple of things. When you do that, it really pressurizes this. Now, if for any of the other water bags, the hydration packs in the market, if you squeeze back here, it will pressurize it. You can brush your teeth, you can, you know, squirt it into kids' mouths or whatever, so you don't have to get those yucky germs. Riding with Christine right now, she has a cold, so we made sure this was pressurized, and she can just squirt this right into her mouth, even if it's way up here, and I've got it pressurized, so it's shooting like 6 feet. It's shooting a long ways. It's a pretty long ways out there. So it stows really nicely right here, and then when I want to use it, I just unclip it. And it's a regular bite valve, just like you see in a lot of hydration packs, and so you're just going to squeeze it and it's going to shoot that. And then you can do the regular suck in it, but you don't have to do the suck. If this is not, I'm going to take all the air out of it. If it's not pressurized, it's going to work just fine. In fact, you can take the whole pressurization, the tubes and everything, unhook out of here, convert it to a regular pack, and again, I'm squeezing it, nothing's coming out. So, but I can still drink from it if I just squeeze that and suck, just like a regular hydration pack. Now, a couple of really cool things. Again, when I'm pumping this up, I've got a couple things in the back of the backpack here. With the cinch straps on the sides, I've got those cinched all the way down. Expands, and there's nothing wobbling around. The downside of that is if you've got things buried in there and you've really got a lot of gear in here, only 700 cubic inches, and I don't carry a lot of stuff, but I'll show you in a second. You might have to depressurize it in order to get some of those things out. So I've got it pressurized up here again, and so you'll see I let a little air in when I depressurized it and squeezed that. But again, man, this thing shoots. You have some really cool features again on this thing. You have the ability to swap a lot of stuff out, like the bite valve here. You can change that out, you can unhook the tubes, you can do a lot of stuff. Another reason that I like the pressurization, like if you need to irrigate a wound or something like that, you don't want to get this thing on there, and you do want a little bit of a pressure in there to really clean some of that stuff out. And so that's the reason behind it. So I'm going to take this off. This is normally how I'm riding, by the way. A lot of times I have a GoPro. It's on the back of the bike right now, but it's right here. Straps stay nice and clean and out of the way, so I'm riding with that GoPro chest harness. There's nothing in the way. So let me take this off and show you around. You've got a real nice carry handle on the back of this, and again, if you want to take this off, this is just held in with Velcro. So it's just held in with a little Velcro strap right there. And doing some off-roading here today apparently. But you got that Velcro strap so you can take the pump and everything off. You have some really nice padding. I've mainly been using it out here on the adventure bikes, but taking it hiking a time or two. And it's super comfy. And it's a smaller pack, so you're not gonna take, you know, lunch and overnight stuff or any of that. So you've got some daisy chains on the outside, 3 little layers of those. On both sides you have these compression straps so you can just really sink the that thing down and get it really small and compact. I'm again going to let the air out of this, and when you do that, there's a little button right here. So I can let all the air out. In here I just have a wallet, a little money clip, just a straight inline pocket. Again, plenty of room for stuff in here. When you pump it up, just really holds everything in place. Inside this first pack, in fact, I'm going to undo the compression straps here and show you this. Very easy to get to stuff. I tend not to undo this all the time, but if you wanted to leave the air full in there, you could do that and just undo this and the whole thing just slides open. I don't utilize this as much as I could or probably should. I have a GoPro pole in here. That's about the only thing I've got in here right now. So on the flap here, you have a couple pockets here, just, you know, within the mesh, one right there, and then another one up here. You have this, which is a nice little organizer, and then this is where you're going to put a lot of stuff. Anything that you're carrying will just go right in here, and then you can zip it up, compress it with those compression straps. So you have a couple zippers, one up top here, you have a little key fob, you have another one. These all go all the way down if you wanted to carry pens with you. Those are very important. You can see I'm not carrying my pens today. And then you have a little Velcro thing right here, and this is where I like to stay super organized, and so this is where that extra GoPro battery is. I always know where I have it. So I'm going to zip that side back up, and then I'm going to show you the guts of this, which are one level deeper. This zipper only goes to there. Okay, so that's all you need it to go. Now, this came off here, it looks like, but normally I would have this right up here, so I'm hanging the water bag so nothing gets, the hoses don't get kinked or anything. I have noticed that this is bent a little bit. I think if that happens, I'll probably put those little cheap carabiners or something, clip that up here. You want to be able to hang it if at all possible. If it's down here, like I mentioned, the hoses can get bent, and you don't want that, because then you won't be able to pump air into it. And when the water goes out, you want to pump more air into it, and then you don't want the water hose to get kinked either, because you won't be able to get water out of it. So I'm going to take that out and show you what this bag looks like. Now, a couple things. Again, this is the water hose, and on the back there's 2 separate compartments here. So this side is the air hose, and like I mentioned, with just a little push button, you can pop that out and take the whole air system off if you want. For cleaning, it does the same thing. You can pop this out, and as long as I don't squeeze that bite valve, the water is going to stay in there. So I can pop this out. This whole, it's a real flexible sort of bladder in here. The hard part about these things has always been trying to figure out how to clean them. GEIGERRIG makes it super simple. I had not cleaned mine in weeks, and I thought before I came out here and had to tell Christine that I didn't clean for weeks, I would clean it before doing this video. The whole thing, this, let me put this back in so I don't lose my water. We're depending on this for the rest of the day. Just clips back into here. One more thing before I show you the inside of that. They make, and I don't have it with me, but they make a little adapter that you pop into here. It's a filter like this. So you can open this up, scoop up creek water, and drink from it, and it filters on the fly as you do that. Really, really cool feature that GEIGERRIG has put into here. So here's how this works. This just slides off, just like this, and it folds over and opens. This whole thing turns inside out, and you can just clean it with a washcloth or a sponge, soapy, warm water. Very easy to do. I'm not too worried about getting the water out of here, or the air out of here, but I do like to squeeze a little bit of that out, and then that slides right on. So easy to do, right? And then I'm just going to show you that when I inflate this thing, you can see it getting bigger. And this thing will go. There have been some really cool videos out there where guys have really inflated this, inflated it, and the thing is huge, and it keeps on going and driving over it and stuff with trucks. These things are super durable. Look how big that is. It's at least half air right now. It's only limited by the backpack that I have it in. So again, I couldn't even get this in the backpack right now, but that really, like, you can get this thing up. Like, I kind of want to see it pop, but I'm not going to even try that because in all the videos where people have gone forever and they don't do anything, they don't go anywhere. So I'm going to let the air out of that. So it's just an air bladder back here pushing the water, and that's very simply what makes that pressurized. So again, by the GEIGERRIG, this is the Rig 700. So small pack, this is perfect for what I'm looking for riding a bike. The only times I haven't had it on riding the bike is when I forgot. So this is my go-to bag of choice for being able to do all of that sort of thing. And if you're looking for a bladder for motorcycling, whether you're on road or off, GEIGERRIG is definitely, in my opinion, the way to go. I'm Justin Lucas Savage at Backcountry Treks.